paid for my tuition. That was not paid for my tuition.
Hi Dawa, welcome to Refugee Talk.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, as always, how did you start your journey in Canada and when did you come to Canada?
Well, thank you. I started my journey in Canada in May 2024, last year. Yeah. And coming to Canada, I think it was just a process.
Yeah.
A process which took kind of like 2 years with the UNHCR. They usually have a program where they resettle refugees who are kind of insecure in the refugee camps.
Right.
So that's how my family and I got the opportunity to come here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome for all of us, actually. I was also a refugee. You know that. Okay. Dawa, sorry. You're originally from South Sudan.
Yes.
And then how did your refugee background or story started?
Well, I would say I was born in the refugee camp. My mom came to the refugee camp from 2001 or 19. I don't even know the story well enough. But I was born in the refugee camp, in a very different refugee camp from the one I grew up in. And because of insecurity again in the refugee camp that I was born in, we had to resettle to another refugee camp.
Yeah.
So that was a second process. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best journey, obviously, but it helped to grow as a person because sometimes we would go out of the refugee camp to study.
Right.
And then coming back, it's a whole different life.
Yeah.
Because in school, it's very different.
Right.
You're in a very different environment with children who are not refugees. And it's a very different feeling. Sometimes you feel out of place because first of all, you're not in your country. You're a refugee and you're again going to another area that is people that are not refugees. So it was quite frustrating, but again, a good journey. Can't take for granted.
I'm so sorry, Dawa. I cannot imagine born and growing up or raising in refugee camp. So so that means you have never been in South Sudan.
No.
How do you feel you have never been in South Sudan, but people call you South Sudanese?
Yeah. It's really very confusing. Sometimes I feel like, where do I actually belong? Because some I don't even know so much about my country. My tribe in particular, I know nothing. And I can't even relate to myself as a Ugandan, even though I was born in Uganda. So sometimes there is that sense of emptiness that you feel because you're not connected to your country in any way. And neither are you connected to the country you were born in. So there is that kind of empty feeling that you have sometimes. Even until now that I'm in Canada, I still feel the emptiness because I'm not yet grounded. I can't call myself Canadian. Yeah, I just call myself South Sudanese and that's it, just for the name because my parents are from there.
Yeah. But have you ever thought of... Okay, because you born and raised in Uganda. I know it was a refugee camp. But do you feel you're from Uganda? Because typically, as a law, if you are born somewhere, you are from that particular country.
For sure, but no. There is no way I would say I'm Ugandan. I'll just say I'm Ugandan by birth. But by nationality, I'm South Sudanese. Because every feature about me is South Sudan.
Yeah.
There is nothing. If I stood with a Ugandan, you would really see the difference.
Right.
So I really can't hold myself as a Ugandan.
But what about like emotionally, because you were born and raised and saw that culture within you, and you also, as you mentioned, you also went to the outside from the refugee camp to study, to go to school. You were in that culture. Do you feel more similar in that Uganda culture or no?
That's a good question because actually I think I felt more Ugandan when I was young. That was before I actually got to the adult age, more like 18. But all the years before I was 18, I felt Ugandan.
Yeah.
I remember going through all my school. I would never tell anyone that I'm South Sudanese.
Yeah.
I was Ugandan. But when I became an adult, I think it started fading away. I don't know, for some reason I started pulling away from the culture and just trying to know who I am. It just happened.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, I tell people I'm South Sudanese, which was not the case when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was never proud of being called South Sudanese, actually, when I was young.
There's so much pain in it.
Yes,
That's why.
yes. So,
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think you don't now I'm calculating in my head, like, because when you're a kid, you felt like you being part of that country, Uganda. But when growing up, you got to know that no, you're South Sudanese because you felt racism, I guess. Or you
Yeah.
felt like you have no rights as compared to your friends
Yeah.
from Uganda.
Yeah.
Tell us some stories. I'm sorry that I'm asking bad days. I know that being a refugee every single day is a bad day because I remember myself as being a refugee. Every minute of being a refugee is a pain, no rights. Even there is a school, but there's no right for you there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are a student, but you're not a student at the same time. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's like you're outsider.
Yeah, that feeling is really there. But I don't think I received so much negative.
Hmm.
I think it was just me who just did not feel connected to the community, to Uganda as it is. Like I said, I felt more connected when I was young. And I think because I was a very active child, very active with sports and just everything that was going on in the school.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped me to connect more to the community. And obviously, when you kind of go out in the towns to walk, the racism is there.
Yeah.
You know, people calling you. There is something they call people from South Sudan.
Wow.
Musudani, go back to your country. What are you doing in your country? Because there's so many South Sudanese in Uganda, and there's a history that is known about them. South Sudanese just never negotiate. They don't bargain. So now coming in Uganda, they see that South Sudanese are kind of like destroying the economy. And they've kind of had some bad experiences with some South Sudanese because South Sudan is very divided in tribes and so on.
Yeah.
So you find that you're not in any way connected to what other South Sudanese have done. But when you meet up with other Ugandans or other people, they kind of put you in that whole bracket.
Right.
Yeah. So I remember in schools, if you say you're South Sudanese, they immediately paint the picture that you love to fight, you're very aggressive, because that's all they know about South Sudanese. Yeah. So sometimes that is why I was just never proud to say I'm South Sudanese, because I knew I was very different. I'm not aggressive. I'm not that. So yeah, when people find out that I'm South Sudanese, they just kind of pull away because they think I'm gonna be aggressive, I'm going to fight, and all that. So sometimes it was not really nice how they would bracket me with other South Sudanese. Yeah, it was.
I'm so sorry. And then the word that you mentioned that they were calling South Sudanese something, I forgot. What?
Yeah, Musudani.
Musudani. What does that mean?
Well, because I don't know, it's kind of like in their language.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a slang to disrespect or to just say you're not from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
People who are hearing us from South Sudan, if they're refugee, I'm really sorry. We're all sorry. I hope the world changes and UNHCR works more. I know they're working. More communities comes together and bring more refugees there. Not only from Uganda, from Turkey, from Afghanistan, Iran, Palestine, Syria, and from Ukraine. Because they're the victim actually.
Yeah.
How do you overcome? Actually, it's not easy. I know, because I have been in that position.
How did I overcome? I mean, every day was just taking one step at a time and just hoping that things got better. But I mean, just because of, I think I just got strength by how, with my love for sports, it kind of helped give me strength, actually.
Yeah.
My running, it gave me so much strength. My being very active in, you call it soccer here, back home we call it football.
Football, yeah.
Yeah. So that helped me just kind of ignore what is going on around me. It helped me feel more grounded in the country, in the school's programs, and just kind of just hoping every day that everything got better. And I think just the friends that I had still gave me strength to keep going. Yeah. I mean, there is nothing really particular that I did, but I'll just say it was just me and my talents, just making sure I'm active.
Yeah.
And not carry all the problems that I face on my head. Yeah.
These words are so powerful. Dawa is mentioning that a refugee can be a powerful as many as other people in the country. As she's giving the example of sport, actually, you call it football, soccer. Yeah. Why not? A refugee can be a doctor, an engineer, a football player, or a singer, right? I remember, I don't know how to put these words because there are a lot of pain in the refugee camp, because each kid in refugee camp has got extraordinary talents, but no one is okay. They're just opening for one small opportunity, one small door with one key to open, and then from there they will shine as a star.
Yeah.
But they don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Imagine you, Dawa, you had that talent, but nobody gave you that opportunity.
Yeah. Honestly.
So you're just one example. Imagine thousands of refugees in Uganda.
Honestly, there is so much talent among the refugee communities.
Right.
But as you said, no opportunities. And talents just die, and really a refugee just doesn't know what to do with their life.
Right. How was the food distribution in the refugee camp, if you don't mind? If you don't feel comfortable, you can just say Malat, I don't want to share that. No worries.
Well, I'll just give quite brief, because most of the times I was in boarding school.
Yeah.
So my mom kind of did the most work. Yeah. But the times I was there, well, it's just all refugees will have to gather in a place. It's just a whole big place. And there's so many refugees.
Yeah.
There is no kind of organization that is there.
Yeah.
So people are fighting to be in the line. People are fighting for the food. If I get my food and you did not get your food that day, I mean, you can come and steal mine and fight for it. I mean, people would get their food, but the food will get stolen by people who are more aggressive and stronger than them. I mean, it was really frustrating. You get your food, you leave it here, and maybe you need help, because there's some old people who would come and get food. They don't have help. So by the time they're going to look for help, their food is taken. And you have no one is going to account for it. Not even the people that are responsible.
Like UNHCR?
Yeah. Some of the people that they kind of put there to take care of the place.
Yeah.
I mean, no one is going to look to help you out. So you have to wait until the last day to get food again. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. I mean, those days for me were very stressful, because you go to a place, no organization, you're just so scared for your life, because some people just go there with different motives. Different people. And every day, the different groups that are called, specific groups, but you find other groups still coming in. people have different motives, and you're always just scared for your life. You're scared what will happen to me. I was always so scared. Honestly, I was very scared of going to the food distribution place. And each time we got food, I was always grateful to God that I got out safe and we have our food with us.
When you talk about that, Dawa, I see some videos sometimes, or I see the waste that we do in Western countries. Imagine people who are hearing that, you just search on YouTube and see the refugee camp, the food distribution, as Dawa saw that situation in person. And I saw that in Afghanistan and Turkey. Okay? People fight for food, for small bread, for small soup. If they don't get that, they will be hungry until next day. And then we waste so much food in Canada, not only in Canada, in Europe, in US, most of the countries, which is so disturbing actually.
Now, about the ones that are younger than me,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really interesting for them because they really went through a lot as well.
Right.
As my mom is trying to make sure that me and my older brother kind of get done with high school, it affected the two so much.
Right.
Because somehow their lives had to be shrunk a bit so the two of us could kind of get done with high school.
Right.
So I remember they would go to really, I don't want to call them poor schools, but my mom had to remove them from good schools to put them in very cheap schools so me and my brother could get done with high school. Because if all of us were in kind of expensive schools, it was really hard for my mom to
So
do.
schools are actually supposed to be paid?
Yes.
Oh.
Expensive. It's really interesting.
Is this only for refugees or for everyone?
For everyone.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Like schools,
you don't get an exception as a refugee. You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
But okay, did you guys have all the documentation as being a refugee there?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then okay. Wow.
Unless you were to study in the refugee camp, which was not the best education.
Right, yeah.
So my mom did not want that.
Right.
I mean, she gave us so much strength actually by how she was a very strong woman actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it really hits you because in South Sudan women don't really work. It's always the men who do the work and take care of the family. So it really hit her hard when our dad lost his job. There was literally nowhere my dad would really do anything at this point. So really seeing a mom stepping up to make sure that we all go to school, it gave us so much strength actually that we had to keep going. Sometimes you look back and you're like, oh, wow, it was really tough on her side to make sure that we study.
Right. Study, education. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. How were you? Okay, because when you got your visa, I'm sure ticket was booked after weeks.
Mm-hmm.
How were you? How was your feeling? And then that those days, how did you pass those days? Because you can't just wait to just leave that place, right?
Obviously, you don't get the best sleep. You don't get the best sleep. You know, when you know you're leaving a place, oh my God, you're not going to sleep.
No.
Your brain is just thinking about all the good stuff you've yet to experience. Oh God. You didn't sleep, just sitting and expecting, just envisioning all these things. And it was great. Yeah.
Being a refugee, sometimes even those vision, even those thoughts, being in a safe place, gives you a beautiful smile, and then it calms you so much. I hope we can change those visions into reality in each and every life of refugee in this world. Okay, starting from today, anyone is hearing, let's bring a change in refugees' vision. Let's change those visions into reality. Saying that, I want to ask you a question, Dawa. Since you're from South Sudan, what is the language do they speak, and can you speak your mother tongue language?
No, I cannot. Actually, the Arabic that I speak, because the language that is used in
Uganda.
South Sudan
Okay.
is Arabic.
Mhm.
In Uganda, it's English and the other languages as
Okay.
well. So, the Arabic that I speak may not be understood by so many, but I can speak some Arabic actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But can you speak any language from Uganda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luganda.
What's the language?
It's called Luganda.
Luganda.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if Dawa is comfortable, I want her to say two sentences. One sentence in Arabic, another sentence in Luganda. And that two sentence will be an advice for refugees to do their best, to study. Education is the only way you can get out of that refugee camp.
Okay. Salamat. Le South Sudanese, well, le refugees barahinak. Well, best agara fadilu fi school and make sure gali ita kala su school taki, and they are the only solution for you. Ashanta bi talabara min mahal dagde. There is hope. Ashanta bi talaminna lakin agara school. Yes, that's in Arabic.
That's in Arabic.
Yes.
Wow. That was so different.
Sure. Yes, it's a very different Arabic. and mine is very diluted actually. That's why.
But the Arabic that I heard, though I don't speak Arabic, it's totally different.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, let's go for Uganda language.
Luganda. Wow. My Luganda has kind of faded actually.
Totally fine. You can mix it with English.
Mujebaleko. Jagala bagamba nti musigale musome, and yes, musome bulungi, so you can get out of there. That's it.
Yay! That was so cool, Dawa. How many languages do you speak in total?
I can't say I speak some languages completely, but it's only English, I think, that I speak. And the Arabic, which is diluted, which I cannot call Arabic.
No, it is Arabic.
No, it is Arabic, but obviously when you tell people you speak Arabic, it's a different Arabic that they know.
But can you understand their Arabic?
No.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I can't.
Wow. Okay. No worries. We were born in different parts of this world. Each and every language has its beauty, which if it is South Sudanese Arabic or if it is Arabic from other countries, each one of them has its beauty.
Yeah.
None of them supposed to be said that this is something that this is better than this. Each language has its beauty. Yeah, let's stick with that. At the end, what is your comment in English to people who are listening to you right now? What they should do to change the refugee camp into a better place? What they should do for refugees? If you have any comment in English.
Well, I'd say, because coming here, I didn't see that much of a community for refugees. Maybe they exist and I don't know about them. But I think right from landing, they should have some people. I know they're caseworkers. Caseworkers are there.
Yeah.
But there is some different kind of connection that you get when you have people that are like you. Maybe your age mates.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so much together. And I feel for refugees, at least they should have someone who kind of understands them better. Or their age mates.
What Dawa means is we don't just need a paper to be done by these caseworkers or settlement workers. We need emotional support.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Dawa, that you have been through that. I think I have seen some cases like that too, that caseworkers just fill the paper and then they think that's done. But deep down, in that period of time that they fill your paper, they need to like emotionally attach to the client.
Yeah.
Because when they get that job, actually, they in the interview they say that yes, I'm capable of connecting emotionally. When I say emotional, is like understanding the refugee, understanding the client. Why does this client want to fill this paper, right? For example, welfare or childcare or anything, right? Or for BC housing or anything. There should be a bit of connection, as Dawa said. Yeah, so I hope things gets better. I hope the system changed a little bit, especially with the settlement workers. On the other hand, however, there are amazing settlement workers also on these non-profit organizations that works perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I recommend a program?
Please.
Yes.
Let's go.
So for any refugees out there, I really hope that if you're going through maybe stress or anything, I'd highly recommend Why Mind. It's a very good program. It really helped me so much. It helped me ground myself. And I'd highly recommend that.
Where can they access that? Sorry.
Well, it's offered by YMCA.
Okay.
Yeah. Just go to their website, and if they have availability for the programs, and it's for all ages actually. So.
Shout out.
Yes.
Let's go YMCA. Thank you so much for providing such opportunities.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I mean, it was very good. Very good. It really helps. You meet the best people.
Yeah. Apart from that, Dawa, Mosaic also have got good programs for youth sometimes. And apart from that, I saw some programs in Cambridge that I attended.
Okay.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Cambridge is also one of the good organizations that I facilitated twice. And people who are working there, they're awesome. Currently, I forgot the names. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dawa.
It's a pleasure.
It was a pleasure talking to you. I hope one day we go for a second episode with Dawa and then we talk more about...
Yes.
Or maybe we can meet Dawa 5 years from now in the second episode. And then we see Dawa, even right now, she's a strong woman. 5 years from now, she'll be more strong with more achievements and more advices for refugees. Cheers.
And yes, and please, as a refugee, please do ask questions. Don't be shy. Tell your caseworkers anything that you're going through. You shouldn't be shy and be open. It really helps. And I hope this helps. Ask questions and be open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're for there.
Yeah.
They are working for you. They're there to help you. And yeah. What other resources they can get from settlement workers? Do you mind if you share, please?
Anything.
Anything, yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
You can get emotional support from them as well. If you're open to them, you can get that support. Anything you want, just tell them anything you want. Because when I came, I really wanted to start my running training. And now I already started it. And I'm very excited for that because that was a dream. And it feels like a dream come true.
Wow.
So I'm working on that. Yeah.
Cheers. Shout out to Dawa.
Yes.
All right, Dawa. Thank you so much. And see you in 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Yes. I'm looking forward. I'm excited.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Shout out to refugees who listen to this, or everyone who listened to this. Refugees, be strong. If you're in the refugee camp, if you're on the street, if you're in your houses or wherever you are, be strong. There's a hope for you. Don't lose hope. Dawa was in refugee camp. Right now she's here. I was a refugee. Right now I'm here. It's possible. All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, we did it, Dawa. That was so cool.